introducing a horizontal router table, our concept. Two major components: a work table that will hold the workpieces, and in some operations we'll slide the workpiece across the router table and it'll engage the bit for cutting here. And then another unit that actually holds the router. The obvious statement about a horizontal router table is that unlike the standard vertical table where the bit is vertical, here it is mounted horizontally. And we'll introduce or begin with some operations in which the router unit remains stationary and the workpiece moves. So this is a piloted trim bit. Which we now have engaged. The table assembly incorporates a notch for the bit to be recessed, brought to whatever height is necessary. A threaded rod which very accurately is used to adjust the vertical position of the router. The table also provides for a hookup for a downdrafting dust collector. We have a vertical dust collector we'll show later. But we'll start with an operation in which the horizontal geometry makes for easier work, and that will be to do some edge trimming on a plywood shelf. I've got a short piece of shelving made of oak plywood with a somewhat exaggerated trim piece here. Alright, I've got this set up with enough space between the edge of the work table and the face of the router assembly so I can slide this over and do the cut. So I'm going to power up the router and the dust collector. And that is much easier than clamping the shelf and trying to handhold the router, or on a vertical router table where you're relying on a fence to support what might be a long shelf. So that's one operation. But there are others.